The alarming discovery. The alarms blared through the ship as two Terran scientists scrambled to understand how the ancient Terrans had vanished from Earth without a trace. Draco's eyes were glued to the scrolling data, his mouth agape. These humans should still be primitive, squabbling in the dirt, yet here is irrefutable proof they launched themselves to the stars millennia ago, he muttered. Billions of ships, quadrillions of Terrans, an entire species packed up and left, built a fleet that dwarfed any armada before or since, and just vanished. Zoltan barged into the lab, his face flushed with urgency. The High Council demands answers. Where did they go? What prompted this? Not what, who, Draco replied, pulling up a blurry image, the only extant record from that fateful era. It showed two humans, a male and female, standing before the assembled leaders of Terra. I ran the translation matrix. The audio is garbled, but there are two words the algorithm picked out clearly: Adam and Eve. A proximity alert wailed. Zoltan gasped at the view screen, where a colossal ship easily dwarfing their research vessel hung in space. It was shaped like two helical strands intertwined around a central spindle, like a molecule of DNA. Draco breathed, the building blocks of life. An incoming transmission crackled through the bridge, a human voice speaking perfect Terran. Greetings, cousins. I am Eve, emissary of Terra Ascended. We have returned to the cradle of our civilization to share the truth of our species' transformation. Board our vessel, and your questions will be answered. Draco and Zoltan shared a look. This was it, the key to the greatest mystery of galactic history. The fate of the human race, and the Terrans had come to share it. As they made their way to the docking bay, Draco's mind raced with questions. Why had the humans left Earth? How had they achieved such advanced technology? And what did they mean by transformation? He glanced at Zoltan, who seemed equally absorbed in his thoughts. This could be the discovery of a lifetime, Zoltan murmured. If we can understand what happened to the humans, it could revolutionize our understanding of the universe. Draco nodded. But we must be cautious. We don't know what we're walking into. The docking bay was a hive of activity as the Terran crew prepared to board the human vessel. The ship, now visible through the bay's force field, was an imposing sight. Its surface gleamed with a metallic sheen, and intricate patterns of light pulsed along its hull. As they stepped onto the boarding ramp, a group of humans greeted them, their appearances both familiar and alien. They were taller than Draco had expected, with an aura of calm and confidence that was almost unsettling. Welcome, Eve said, her voice smooth and melodic. We are honored to have you aboard. Draco inclined his head. Thank you. We are eager to learn more about your return and the transformation you mentioned. Eve smiled. All in good time. First, let us show you our vessel. The interior of the ship was a marvel of advanced technology. The walls seemed to pulse with energy, and the air was filled with a faint hum. Eve led them through a series of corridors, each more impressive than the last, until they reached a large chamber filled with holographic displays. This is our central command, Eve explained. From here, we can monitor the entire ship and communicate with other vessels in our fleet. Draco was fascinated. The displays showed detailed maps of the galaxy, with countless stars and planets marked. This is incredible. Your technology is far beyond anything we've seen. Eve nodded. We have had many millennia to develop it. But our greatest achievement is not our technology, but our understanding of life and the universe. She gestured to a display showing a complex web of interconnected nodes. This is the network, a system that links all living beings in our civilization. Through it, we share knowledge, experiences, and even emotions. Zoltan's eyes widened. You mean you are all connected, like one giant organism? Eve smiled. In a sense, yes. The network allows us to transcend individuality and work together as a harmonious whole. Draco was awestruck. This is beyond anything we could have imagined. But why did you leave Earth? And why have you returned now? Eve's expression grew serious. We left Earth to protect it. In our quest for knowledge and power, we unlocked forces that threatened to destroy our planet. To save it, we had to leave and find a way to control these forces. And now that you've returned, Zoltan asked. We have found the way, Eve replied. We have mastered the forces that once threatened us, and we have come back to share this knowledge with you. But there is much more to the story, and it is time for you to learn the truth. The human revelation. Draco scrutinized the holographic projection floating before them. The angular structure rotated slowly, its intricate carvings and symbols tantalizingly out of reach. A time capsule from the future, he mused, his tone a mix of skepticism and grudging admiration. Leave it to the humans to come up with something so audacious. Zoltan leaned forward eagerly, his eyes alight with the thrill of discovery. Don't you see, Draco? This changes everything. If the humans really did master time travel, it would explain so much about their disappearance. Maybe they didn't just leave. Maybe they transcended to a higher plane of existence. Draco snorted. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We still don't know what's actually inside this capsule. For all we know, it could be a hoax or some kind of elaborate prank. Zoltan shook his head emphatically. No, I don't believe that. The inscriptions are too detailed, too specific, and the location of the capsule itself, buried beneath one of their most ancient cities. It all fits. This is the real deal, Draco. I can feel it. Draco sighed but couldn't deny the excitement building in his own chest. The prospect of finally unraveling the mystery of the human's fate was too tantalizing to ignore. All right, let's say you're right. How do we even go about finding this capsule? They vanished millennia ago, and their cities have long since crumbled to dust. Zoltan grinned, a mischievous glint in his eye. Ah, but that's where you're wrong, my friend. You see, I've been doing some digging of my own, and I think I know exactly where to start looking. Draco leaned forward, his curiosity piqued. Oh, do tell. Zoltan tapped a few more commands into his console, and the holographic projection zoomed out to reveal a sprawling map of the galaxy. A single point pulsed with an eerie green light. There, Zoltan said, pointing to the glowing marker. That's where we need to go, the lost city of Atlantis. The name sent a shiver down Draco's spine. Atlantis was a legendary city, said to have been the pinnacle of human civilization before it disappeared beneath the waves. If the time capsule was there, it could hold the answers to countless mysteries. We need to prepare, Draco said, his mind already racing with plans. We'll need a full team, the best equipment, and patience, Draco. Zoltan interrupted. We can't rush into this. We need to understand what we're dealing with first. Let's talk to Eve and learn more about their technology and their plans. Draco nodded reluctantly. You're right. We need more information. Let's see what Eve has to say. They made their way back to the central command, where Eve was waiting for them. Have you found what you were looking for? She asked, her eyes twinkling with amusement. We believe so, Draco replied. But we need your help. We think the time capsule is located in the lost city of Atlantis. Can you confirm this? Eve nodded. Yes, that is correct. The time capsule was placed there to preserve our most important knowledge and artifacts. But be warned, it is not unguarded. The journey to Atlantis is fraught with dangers, and the capsule itself is protected by advanced security measures. What kind of dangers? Zoltan asked, his curiosity piqued. The waters around Atlantis are treacherous, filled with unpredictable currents and dangerous sea creatures, Eve explained, and the city itself is a labyrinth of traps and obstacles designed to deter intruders. Only those who are worthy and have the proper knowledge can reach the capsule. Draco's mind raced with the implications. We need to be well prepared. Can you provide us with the necessary technology and information to navigate these dangers? Eve smiled. Of course, we will equip you with everything you need, but there is one more thing you must understand. The knowledge contained in the time capsule is powerful and potentially dangerous. It must be handled with great care and responsibility. We understand, Draco said, his voice filled with determination. We are ready to face whatever challenges lie ahead. We will uncover the truth and use it for the betterment of all. Eve's expression softened. I believe you will. The time has come for you to embark on this journey. May you find the answers you seek and the strength to use them wisely. The journey to Atlantis. The Terran research vessel descended through Earth's atmosphere, its sleek hull gleaming in the harsh sunlight. Draco and Zoltan stood on the bridge, their eyes fixed on the view screen as the barren landscape of the northern continent came into view. I still can't believe it, Draco murmured, shaking his head. New York, the greatest city of the ancient humans, reduced to nothing but sand and dust. Zoltan nodded, his expression grim. It's a stark reminder of how much time has passed since they left. But if the time capsule is here, it could change everything. The ship touched down on the outskirts of what had once been a sprawling metropolis, now buried beneath countless tons of sand. Draco and Zoltan disembarked, followed by a team of scientists and security personnel. All right, let's get to work, Zoltan said, activating the ground-penetrating scanner on his wrist. The device hummed to life, projecting a holographic display of the subterranean landscape. For hours, they scoured the desert, the scanner probing deep into the earth. Draco wiped sweat from his brow, the heat of the sun beating down on them relentlessly. We've covered miles of territory, he said, his voice strained. What if the capsule isn't here? What if it's just a myth? Suddenly, the scanner let out a shrill beep, the holographic display flashing red. Zoltan's eyes widened, his heart pounding in his chest. Draco leaned in, studying the readout. It's massive, he said, his voice trembling with excitement. And the composition. It's unlike anything we've ever seen. Zoltan nodded, a grin spreading across his face. This is it, Draco. The time capsule. It has to be. They quickly set up a perimeter, the security team taking up defensive positions around the site. Zoltan and his team began assembling the drilling rig, a massive machine designed to bore through even the toughest rock and soil. We'll have to be careful, Draco warned, eyeing the rig warily. We don't know what kind of safeguards the humans might have put in place. For all we know, the capsule could be booby-trapped. Zoltan nodded, his expression serious. We'll take every precaution, but we can't let this opportunity slip away. The answers we've been searching for could be just beneath our feet. As the drilling rig whirred to life, Draco and Zoltan shared a look of anticipation and trepidation. They were on the verge of a discovery that could change the course of galactic history, but the path ahead was fraught with uncertainty and danger. The fate of the humans, the greatest mystery of their time, lay buried in the sands of Earth, and they would stop at nothing to uncover the truth. Hours turned into days as the team worked tirelessly to excavate the site. The drilling rig bored through layers of rock and sediment, each new stratum revealing more clues about the ancient human civilization. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the desert, Draco and Zoltan gathered with their team around a makeshift campfire. The air was thick with anticipation, and the flickering flames cast an eerie glow on their faces. Tomorrow, we reach the final layer, Zoltan said, his voice filled with determination. We've come so far, and we're so close. I can feel it. Draco nodded. We've faced many challenges, but we must remain vigilant. The closer we get, the more dangerous it becomes. One of the scientists, a young Terran named Lyra, looked up from her datapad. I've been analyzing the readings, and I've detected some unusual energy signatures. It could be a defense mechanism, or it could be something else entirely. Something else? Draco asked, raising an eyebrow. Lyra hesitated, then continued. The energy signatures are unlike anything we've seen before. They could be remnants of the technology the humans used to protect the capsule, or they could be something more advanced. Draco exchanged a worried glance with Zoltan. We need to be prepared for anything. Make sure everyone is ready. We can't afford to take any chances. As the night wore on, the team discussed their plans, their hopes, and their fears. They knew that the final layer would bring them face to face with the unknown, and they steeled themselves for whatever lay ahead. The next morning, as the first rays of sunlight pierced the horizon, the team resumed their work with renewed vigor. The drilling rig hummed and vibrated, its powerful drills cutting through the last barrier between them and the time capsule. Finally, with a resounding thud, the rig broke through the final layer. The team held their breath as the dust settled, revealing a large metallic structure embedded in the rock. Draco's heart raced as he approached the capsule, his hands trembling with excitement and fear. "This is it," he whispered. "The culmination of our journey." Zoltan nodded, his eyes fixed on the capsule. "Let's proceed with caution. We don't know what kind of traps or defenses we might encounter." Lyra stepped forward, her data pad glowing with redouts. "The energy signatures are stronger here. We need to deactivate them before we can open the capsule." Draco nodded. "Do it." Lyra tapped a series of commands into her data pad, and the air around the capsule crackled with energy. The team watched in tense silence as she worked, their eyes fixed on the glowing structure. After what seemed like an eternity, Lyra let out a sigh of relief. "I've done it. The defenses are deactivated." Draco stepped forward, his heart pounding in his chest. "Let's open it." With trembling hands, he reached out and touched the capsule. The surface was cool and smooth, and as his fingers traced the intricate carvings, a panel slid open, revealing a hidden compartment. Inside, nestled among layers of protective material, was a small glowing device. Draco's breath caught in his throat as he realized what it was. The Mobius key. Zoltan's eyes widened. "This is the key to their transformation. The answer to all our questions." Draco carefully lifted the Mobius key from its compartment, feeling the surge of energy coursing through his body. "Let's take this back to the ship. We have much to learn." As they made their way back to the Terran vessel, the weight of their discovery settled over them. They had uncovered the truth, but with it came a new set of questions and challenges. The journey was far from over, and the path ahead was fraught with uncertainty. Unveiling the capsule. The Terran research vessel ascended from the Earth's surface, the Mobius key safely secured in a containment field. Draco and Zoltan stood on the bridge, their minds racing with the implications of their discovery. "We have the key," Draco said, his voice filled with awe. "But what does it unlock?" Zoltan nodded. "The answers lie within the capsule. We need to study it carefully and decipher its secrets." The team gathered in the ship's main laboratory, where the Mobius key was placed on a high-tech examination table. Holographic displays flickered to life, projecting detailed scans of the device. Lyra, the lead scientist, stepped forward. "The Mobius key is unlike anything we've encountered. Its energy signature is off the charts, and its composition is a blend of materials we've never seen." Draco leaned in, his eyes fixed on the holographic display. "Can you decipher its function?" Lyra nodded. "I've already started analyzing its structure. It appears to be a multifunctional device, capable of interacting with both biological and technological systems. It could be a key to unlocking hidden potential within ourselves and our technology." As Lyra continued her analysis, Draco and Zoltan discussed their next steps. "We need to be cautious," Draco said. "The power of this device is immense, and we don't fully understand its capabilities." Zoltan agreed. "We should consult with Eve and the other humans. They have more experience with this technology and can guide us in its use." Eve joined them in the laboratory, her expression serene. "I see you have found the Mobius key. It is a powerful tool, but it must be used with great care." Draco nodded. "We understand. Can you help us decipher its secrets and learn how to use it responsibly?" Eve smiled. "Of course. The Mobius key is designed to unlock the hidden potential within all living beings. It can enhance your physical and mental abilities, as well as your understanding of the universe. But it also requires wisdom and restraint. The power it grants must be used for the greater good. Lyra continued her analysis, guided by Eve's insights. Over the next few days, they made significant progress in understanding the Mobius key's functions. The device contained a wealth of knowledge, including advanced medical techniques, energy manipulation, and even time-space manipulation. As they delved deeper into the Mobius key's secrets, Draco and Zoltan began to grasp the enormity of their discovery. The key had the potential to revolutionize their civilization, but it also carried great risks. "We must be careful," Draco said. "The power of this device could be used for great good, but it could also be misused." Eve nodded. "That is why it is important to approach this with wisdom and humility. The Mobius key is a gift, but it comes with great responsibility." With Eve's guidance, the team began to unlock the Mobius key's potential. They experimented with its various functions, learning how to enhance their physical and mental abilities, manipulate energy fields, and even access different dimensions. As their understanding grew, so did their confidence. They began to see the possibilities that the Mobius key offered and the ways it could transform their civilization. But they also remained aware of the risks and the need to use its power wisely. One day, as they were working in the laboratory, the ship's AI alerted them to an incoming transmission. "We are receiving a message from the Galactic Council," the AI reported. "They have detected our activities and are demanding an explanation." Draco and Zoltan exchanged worried glances. "We knew this day would come," Draco said. "The Council will want to know what we've discovered and how we plan to use it." Eve stepped forward. "We should share our knowledge with them. The Mobius key is a gift for all of us, and we must use it to benefit the entire galaxy." Draco nodded. "You're right. Let's prepare a presentation and explain everything to the Council. We must show them that we are acting in the best interests of all." As they prepared their presentation, Draco and Zoltan felt a sense of responsibility weighing on their shoulders. They had uncovered a powerful secret, and now they had to ensure it was used for the greater good. The Galactic Council convened in a grand chamber, with representatives from countless species gathered to hear their report. Draco and Zoltan stood before the assembly, flanked by Eve and the other humans. "Honored council members," Draco began, his voice steady. "We have made a significant discovery that has the potential to transform our civilization. With the help of our human allies, we have uncovered the Mobius key, a device that unlocks the hidden potential within all living beings." The council members listened intently as Draco and Zoltan explained their findings and demonstrated the Mobius key's capabilities. They showed how the device could enhance physical and mental abilities, manipulate energy fields, and access different dimensions. As they spoke, the council members exchanged amazed and curious glances. They could see the potential of the Mobius key and the ways it could benefit their civilizations. But there were also concerns. One council member, a stern-faced representative from the Andarian Empire, spoke up. "This device is incredibly powerful. How can we be sure it will not be misused?" Eve stepped forward. "The Mobius key is a gift, but it must be used with great care and responsibility. We are committed to using its power for the greater good and to sharing its benefits with all." Draco nodded. "We understand your concerns, and we are committed to transparency and cooperation. We will work with the Council to ensure the Mobius key is used wisely and for the benefit of all." The Council members deliberated for several hours, weighing the potential benefits and risks of the Mobius key. Finally, the leader of the Council, a wise and respected elder named Valeria, spoke. "We have considered your findings and your commitment to using the Mobius key responsibly," Valeria said. "We believe this discovery has the potential to bring great benefits to our civilizations, but we must proceed with caution. We will establish a joint committee to oversee the use of the Mobius key and ensure its power is used wisely. Draco and Zoltan nodded in agreement. "We accept your decision and will work closely with the committee," Draco said. "Together, we can unlock the potential of the Mobius key and use it to create a better future for all." As the meeting concluded, Draco and Zoltan felt a sense of relief and accomplishment. They had taken the first step in sharing their discovery with the galaxy and ensuring it was used for the greater good. The journey was far from over, but they knew they were on the right path. With the Mobius key in their hands and the support of the Galactic Council, they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The Guardian's Challenge. The view screen flickered, revealing an unknown craft with sleek lines and strange geometry, unlike anything in the Terran database. Draco's hands flew over the sensor controls, trying to glean any information about the ship's capabilities or origins. "No response to our hails," the AI reported, its voice tinged with concern. "The craft appears to be shielded against all known scanning techniques." Zoltan leaned forward, his eyes narrowed. "They're not even trying to hide their approach. It's as if they want to be seen." Draco nodded, a bead of sweat trickling down his temple. "If it is the humans, they must know we're here. They could have easily avoided detection if they wanted to." The mysterious vessel continued its descent, the view screen tracking its progress as it pierced the Earth's atmosphere. Draco's heart raced as he watched the craft plummet towards the planet's surface, its trajectory unwavering. "It's heading for the coordinates of the time capsule," Zoltan breathed, his voice barely above a whisper. "They know exactly where it is." Draco's mind reeled with the implications. But how? The capsule's location was a closely guarded secret, known only to a handful of Terran researchers. Zoltan shook his head, his expression grim. Unless the humans left more than just a message in that capsule. What if they left a beacon, a way for their descendants to find their way back? A chill ran down Draco's spine at the thought. The idea that the humans had planned for their return, even as they abandoned their homeworld, was both inspiring and terrifying. "We need to get down there," Draco said, his voice urgent. "If the humans are back, we need to know why. And if they're after the time capsule." He let the thought hang in the air, the implications too vast to put into words. The Terran research vessel descended rapidly, the crew preparing for whatever awaited them on the surface. As they approached the landing site, they could see the mysterious craft hovering above the ground, its sleek lines and glowing lights casting an eerie glow on the landscape. Draco and Zoltan led the team as they disembarked, their eyes fixed on the unknown vessel. As they approached, a hatch opened, and a group of humans emerged, led by Eve. "Welcome," Eve said, her voice calm and serene. "We have been expecting you." Draco exchanged a glance with Zoltan. "Why have you returned? And what do you seek?" Eve's expression was serious. "We have come to retrieve the Mobius key and to guide you in its use. There is much you need to learn, and the path ahead is fraught with challenges." Draco's curiosity was piqued. What kind of challenges? Eve gestured towards the horizon. "Follow us, and you will see." The group made their way towards a nearby mountain range, the landscape shifting from barren desert to rocky terrain. As they climbed higher, the air grew thinner, and the path became more treacherous. At the summit, they reached a large ancient structure carved into the mountainside. It was a temple, its walls adorned with intricate carvings and symbols. "This is the Temple of the Guardian," Eve explained. "It is here that you will face the challenges and prove your worthiness to wield the Mobius key." Draco and Zoltan exchanged wary glances. "What kind of challenges?" Draco asked. "The Guardian will test your purity of intention, the strength of your convictions, and the depth of your wisdom," Eve said. "You must confront the darkest parts of yourselves and prove that you are worthy." Draco felt a surge of determination. "We are ready." Eve nodded. "Enter the temple and begin your journey. The Guardian awaits." With a deep breath, Draco and Zoltan stepped into the temple, the air inside cool and filled with a sense of ancient power. The walls seemed to pulse with energy, and the carvings glowed faintly in the dim light. As they ventured deeper into the temple, they reached a large chamber, its center dominated by a towering statue of a humanoid figure. The statue's eyes glowed with an otherworldly light, and a deep voice echoed through the chamber. "Welcome, seekers," the voice intoned. "I am the Guardian. You have come to prove your worthiness and to unlock the secrets of the Mobius Key. Are you prepared to face the challenges ahead?" Draco stepped forward, his voice steady. "We are ready." The Guardian's eyes glowed brighter. "Very well. Your first challenge is a test of purity. You must confront your deepest fears and insecurities. Only then can you proceed." The chamber's walls shimmered, and Draco and Zoltan found themselves in a dark, shadowy realm. Figures from their past emerged, taunting and challenging them. Draco faced memories of failure and doubt, his mind filled with the voices of those who had doubted him. He felt the weight of their expectations and the fear of letting them down. Zoltan faced his own demons, memories of betrayal and loss. He felt the pain of those who had abandoned him and the fear of being alone. But they both stood strong, their resolve unshaken. They confronted their fears, acknowledging their weaknesses and finding strength in their determination to overcome them. As they emerged from the shadowy realm, the Guardian's voice echoed through the chamber. "You have passed the first challenge. Your hearts are pure and your intentions are true. Now you must face the second challenge, a test of strength." The chamber shifted, and they found themselves in a vast arena, facing formidable opponents. Draco and Zoltan fought with all their might, their skills and determination tested to the limit. They battled tirelessly, their strength and resilience shining through. With each victory, they grew more confident, their bond as allies strengthening. Finally, the arena faded, and the Guardian's voice returned. "You have proven your strength, but there is one final challenge, a test of wisdom.